Hey guys, I wanted to shoot a quick video. Well, quick for me. Probably end up being long. Anyways, I was looking at my Thompson chains that I have. I actually had another one. I said yesterday I only had one left, but I have another one, and I have my wife's. So Thompson chains kind of float around in her house. Anyways, I was looking at these different years. This one is the newer one that I got from Church Publishers, and I was noticing when I opened up my older one, which is a 2013 printing, and I was looking at my wife's new King James version, which is just awesome. It has really good opacity. The paper is just different. It's really pretty. And I noticed that the ghosting on this one, as you guys can see, the ghosting, I don't know if the camera picks it up as much, is way worse on this page. Now, it's not like that everywhere, but you can really see the difference in the ghosting when you look between, the verses there, 17, 16. I'll jump over here and I'll show you that one. It still ghosts, it still has ghosting, but not like this one has. It gets that like kind of gray effect where the other pages mix in so much that it just kind of loses your vision there. It makes your eyes go all kind of bonkers. But and it's not like that everywhere. It's just a certain page. As I was flipping through, I noticed that it starts to even out and match up with other texts, with the other printings. So it's really weird. Sometimes your paper, since it is a wood product, a process that they have to do, it looks like sometimes the paper on these Thompsons can get a little bit thin in some areas, and you might get a little bit more ghosting. So if you're concerned about ghosting and stuff and you see just one picture, don't base the whole Bible off of that, because it might have some ghosting in a certain spot that's worse than others. You really want to look through it and make sure that it isn't like that through the whole text. From what I can tell, it was that one page, so like right here, it's really nice. Looks really good. It doesn't have a whole lot of ghosting. You see that? It just totally changed when I flipped past some pages. So, and then it matches up with this older printing. So I just wanted people to know that you can't just base it off one page, and say, oh, that's the ghosting. It's gonna have ghosting all the way through, because it doesn't. It was just a certain page there in Isaiah that just looked really bad. But anyways, I wanted to, let's see, this one is the new. So what I'll do is put this one to the side, because when I found out by looking at the dates, this KJV that I've owned for a while, for a few years, and this new King James, which we got like last year or the year before, were printed on the same date, on the same year, 2013. So they have some really nice paper during 2013 for these new King James. It's just really pretty. But I wanted to show the layout difference. My last video, it didn't really show it as best as I wanted to, but look at the difference. I'm going to turn back here to Isaiah and show you guys how much better the layout is. Look at that. I mean, for me, I love it because it's just spaced out and so much nicer looking. And then you got your KJV, which I love my KJV Thompsons. I don't know what it is, but the paper's always different, guys. It has a different texture to it than the other stuff. I don't know why. Even this is a creamier yellow look, which the camera doesn't quite grab. It doesn't quite get it on camera at all, but to the naked eye, it has more of a creamy look to it, kind of like TBS Bibles. But the cluttering is just completely different, and I was never really too attracted to this KJV or New King James Thompson because of how thick it is. it's a very thick book block for, you know, a Thompson chain that you're used to. If you're somebody who loves the KJV Thompson, and look at the difference, and you're getting a way bigger Bible. Thing is that they spread that text out, so you're going to get a lot clearer Bible, but you're going to have to deal with a bigger text block, and you'll also see that my wife noticed instantly, because she's so familiar with the Thompson, that the New King James has more chains to their system. And oh man, the print, guys, is just amazing in this Bible. I'm really loving it. I'm considering getting one of these for myself. I didn't realize how amazing this Bible is. It's very nice. Even it's rebound by Ben's Bible, so it's beautiful on the outside. But the genuine leather's like this, and I really love their genuine leather from Thompson. It's very good stuff. The back end chain system is also different, as you can see. I'm trying to show here. It has a different kind of darkness to the font and headers of each chain. These dark chain numbers and stuff. I'm not too familiar with this one, so I don't know if it's just a format thing for things to stand out more, but I'm assuming it's more chains to the system. And then the artwork in the back end of the New King James changes compared to the artwork of the KJV. And I've shown this in other videos a little bit, but not entirely. But you get like a different kind of art than you do. The KJV has the older style from the years that they were making this one. So you get quite a bit difference in the artwork of how they did the maps and the trees and things like that. And Tree of Life, you got this different kind of art style, which I really like the KJV version of it. Let me focus there. The back end of this Bible is so awesome. Some people don't like the not the KJV, but the Thompson chain because of it being too cluttery. It has too much stuff for some people, so they get kind of where they don't care for it. But if you pay attention to the artwork in this one, you'll see how it just has a different look to it. And I'll show you the New King James. We go through here, the book analysis. I just went through, and then as you see, sorry, these pages are slick. That one, I just passed that. You can see the Tree of Life here. Yeah. The pictures are older, more dark, and then you get kind of a lighter look with a newer kind of look to it. So it's a bit different. Let's see, and then as you can see, it has a newer kind of 80s artwork, like comic book type style art, which is just really neat. I like it. It's cool. They both have a really neat characteristic to their art and stuff like that. And then sometimes you'll find that they have different pictures too, with the historical stuff, map references, things like that. Name of the Gospels. The tree is a lot darker in this one and easier to read than the King James version. So yeah, they cleaned up a lot of it. It's a lot easier to read in the New King James one. So like the text is a lot easier for me to read, because in the King James version, when they did the art on some of these maps like this, I mean, it's really hard to read some of that print that's inside these maps, even though it does have a really neat look to it. I mean, it reminds me of the 1970 comic books and stuff with how they did that print. And then this one has a more square font to how it reads. So yeah, it's a bit different. The print in the back is a little bit more modern font, and pictures are relatively same. They have some that are, I think, updated in it, from what I can tell. this one has the Isaiah scroll, which I love, and then the New King James doesn't have it. It only has the article that's inside there. So those are things you need to be aware of if you get the New King James Thompson. I know that the NASB version has it's thinner, like the King James, the King James. It's a thinner text block, and it has darker ink than the King James version. So it's a lot like the New King James, but those maps are beautiful. But it's thinner. So if that's a style you like, you might want to look into that. But look at the maps. I think are the same. Oh, they got a different color. These are darker. This is more of a matte finish that they have in this one, and then you got the slicker, not super shiny. It's actually still a little bit, although it's shinier, but not like your NASB Lockman Bibles. It's not as glossy as that. But anyways, that's the difference of those. There is some pretty big differences when you get in their Bibles, so especially paper-wise, but layout-wise, I am just impressed with how, especially the poetic books, they spread out the text so excuse me, so much nicer. So anyways, I thought I'd show you guys that. And then one more thing I wanted to show is actually that one off to the side here. This is a 2003 Thompson Chain compared to the 2013. And as you can see, the 2003s, around in that time period, has a really, really nice genuine leather that they used. It's not as grainy. They didn't press the grain in as deep because they pressed this print into some of these. And this one just has a much softer, more rubber-like feel to it. Gooey is how I'd say. And it's more flexible. And you can really just roll up that Bible, which is weird because it's a paste off and it doesn't really affect it at all. So it's one of the better paste off bindings that you can get, and this one does the same thing. It rolls up just fine. It's just a little bit stiffer, but it has that shinier, deeper grain. Capri grain is what they call it, Capri grain or Capri grain. And then this one. So if you see a 2003, I would say pick them up. They're really nice Bibles if you can find one. They did them really nice during that time, but they are still very nice. I still love them. Some people might like that one better. I like the grain better on this, but I like the feel of this one better, and the grain is pretty. It's just not as shiny. But yeah, it's very nice. Anyways, I'll end this video with that, and I'm going to show the Open Bible next to the Thompson Chain, and why I like the Open Bible a bit more than the Thompson Chain, but they're hard to find good ones. So if you're looking for a good Open Bible, they just don't make them anymore, guys. The new ones are skinny and cheaply made and not stitched anymore. So anyways, I'm going to do a quick video of that because I don't want to fill up this one too much and show you guys that. Anyways, God bless.